And so at this stage, when you hit six figures, it's not about learning anymore. It's about implementing the right things in the right order. Hey, friends, welcome back to the podcast. I'm Jennifer Allwood. This is the Jennifer Allwood Show because we couldn't think of a better name years and years ago when I started this podcast. So, the Jennifer Allwood Show it is. I'm glad that you are here. I'm talking today to those of you who are at the six-figure mark in your business. I had somebody ask me one time, what does that mean? Well, it means you make $100,000 a year. That's what your revenue is per year, or higher. So if you are a six-figure business owner, we're going to be talking today, or when I say we, I'm not French, so it's me. I am going to be talking to you today about why you need to partner with someone and not just have more tactics if you're trying to grow or scale. Whoa, your business. Holy guacamole, Batman. Okay, if you are watching me on YouTube right now, did you see what just happened? My entire camera setup just took a nosedive. Easton, we're just going with this because that's some funny stuff right there. That's a blooper. I don't even know what happened, but the entire camera system just came down on me. We're just calling it fine. Okay, it's fine. All right. Back to you don't need more tactics, but apparently you do need a better camera tripod. Okay, anyway, here's what I want to talk about today. All right. Um, a lot of times when people reach the six-figure mark, what happens is they realize, okay, that what got them to the six-figure mark is really not sustainable. There was some luck involved, lots of prayer, lots of white knuckling it. There was possibly, some elevation from someone else. There was a lot of sleepless nights. There was a lot of hustling. There was a whole lot of work. And you get to this point where you're like, okay, I can't keep up at this pace. I know that I have to do some things differently. And so, more tactics are not going to sustain you at six figures or to get you to the next level. I know that hustling and, throwing spaghetti against the wall, your DIY strategies, they may have gotten you to six figures, but they will not be able to take you any further. And I also know that you getting more information and learning a lot more isn't always the answer either. Otherwise, a lot of you would already be at that point, right? I mean, if I'm a betting girl, and by the way, I'm not, but if I was a betting girl, I would bet the majority of the people that I coach, the majority of those of you who are business owners who are watching me flailing on YouTube right now because my microphone just fell over because I got hit with the tripod. But my guess would be you all have courses that you've purchased, started, stopped. You all have things that you've opted into and haven't even watched. You all have groups that you're in. You're getting newsletters from smart people. You're consuming a lot of content, but more content is not what's going to get you to the next level either. And so, there's so many ways to get free content. There's so many, paid courses and things you can do. And you can piecemeal strategy together for a little bit, but eventually you're just going to feel completely overwhelmed by that because you're still not growing. And so at this stage, when you hit six figures, it's not about learning anymore. It's about implementing the right things in the right order. It's about taking the things that you already know and putting them together in a way that is going to be able to scale your business and not exhaust the heck out of you. So here's the difference between tactic and strategy. Okay. So a tactic is going to be a small, we're going to say isolated action. Okay. More posts on Instagram, doing a better job using ChatGPT to do a Facebook post, maybe trying out a new ad on Facebook, tweaking a funnel, having somebody, look at your SEO for your website. Those are tactics, okay? But a strategy is you taking in the big picture of how everything is working together, about how everything in your business works together. And strategy is going to be more high level. It's big picture-y stuff, okay? Which is actually what so many entrepreneurs are wired for. And yet we lie to ourselves and think it's the tactics that are going to take us to the next level when it's not. It's the strategy that you're already wired for, but we get so drugged down with the tactics that we literally have no time for strategy so often. And so, tactics without strategy are going to end up making you feel like you're just spinning your wheels and having no real growth. And I know this because I've been there and I've coached thousands of women in the same place. Okay. So, high level business owners who are really wired for growth, who are going to make it to the next level. They don't chase, small time hacks. They're not trying to figure out the next tactic, the next little nugget that they can get for free for someone. They just don't. They follow a structured, scalable plan from somebody who's already done it. Okay. Does that make sense? The number of people who get past the six-figure mark to the next level by just getting a nugget off this podcast or a nugget from this coach in this group over here, like it's so few. The majority of the time, if somebody is going to hit the next level and really start to scale their business, it's because they've been following a structured plan of some sort. They've been working more closely with someone who's already done it. Okay. So this is why I really think that at the six-figure mark, you really need somebody that can partner with you. You don't need another training. You don't need another course. You don't need to join another free group to see if you can get some nuggets. You don't need to opt into 10 more people's freebies to try to get some more tactics. You already know enough to be super dangerous, by the way. You already know how to run your business. You don't need more theory, okay? The missing piece at the six-figure mark is the clarity. It's the direction. It's the real plan that is specifically for your business. Because in case you don't know this, you can be in any industry, it doesn't matter what, and you can still, like, there's so many different things that make your business unique from other people, right? Like maybe you're a person of faith and you really want to make sure that that is incorporated into all of your offers. Maybe you are a mom of children with special needs. And so your business has to be cranking out in a specific way so that you work just a limited number of hours per week. Or you can only work at certain times, like when the kiddos are in bed or whatever. Like your business is different from everybody else, right? And so you need a plan that's specific for your business, for your life, for the direction you're trying to head, for how you want your business to look. Scaling is not about doing more, friends. Whenever you hear me talk about scaling, please know that I don't want you to be doing more. If you can partner with the right team, the right people, the right, business partner, even the right coach, they will help you to see what's working. They'll help you to actually be able to see what needs to change and where you need to focus. It's interesting because today I was talking to a friend of mine about something in her personal life. And I was just pointing out to her kindly that, she's able to really look at so many other people's relationships and things and give really good advice and be able to see some things. But, sometimes when you're in it, you can't see the same thing, right? You can't see the forest for the trees. And I was sharing that with her in a loving way that like, you're so close to this, friend, that you can't even see it anymore in an objective manner. And that's what often happens in our business, especially when we hit the six-figure mark, is like, we're so close to the day-to-day. We're so into the nitty-gritty that we really can't even see anymore the things that somebody else can't, like what is actually working and what's not, what actually needs to change, where we actually need to focus. I mean, I know that for me, there's been a lot of times when I have partnered with a different coach or consultant and they'll point something out in my business and I'll be like, oh my gosh, like, duh, how did I not see that? Like, I'm a smart girl. This should be so obvious, but it's often because we can't see because we're just so close. It's like, when you're driving in a car and you see your rearview mirror and it says objects in this mirror are closer than they appear. Like, and that's maybe not even a good example, but we get so close to our own business that we really need somebody else to be able to help us figure some things out. So the biggest shift that a six-figure business owner is going to make is moving from I'm doing everything myself. I need to do everything by myself. Nobody can do it as good as me. Those sorts of limited, small thinking into a mindset of, I've got to figure out the right people to do this with me. I've got to figure out how to get the right people in my corner. That's one of the key ways that you're going to let go of some of your like randoms, throwing spaghetti at the wall, types of behavior and really step into more of a legit structured business that has repeatable growth and repeatable revenue. Because it's a bummer when you hit six figures and then you go backwards. And I don't want that to happen to you. Okay. So the most successful business owners, they have a team. Even if it's not full-time employees, they still have people that help them and they have a plan. They're not doing things alone. The way you know that you really are in need of a team, I always say this, is two things. You have run out of time or you've run out of talent. And six-figure business owners usually have done both. So you no longer have all these extra hours in the day to be hustling. And you no longer have like the knowledge about all the things. I mean, I can remember when I first, hired somebody to start taking over, making my website, because I didn't have the talent to do that. I just didn't understand how to do all the things, nor did I want to learn it because I was out of hours. And so that's when you really know, like, you've got to get some more people. And again, you don't have to be hiring full-time employees, but you do have to get people who have specific, talents and knowledge and background in certain areas in your business. So how do you know that you're ready for that? Well, you've hit six figures, but you're stuck, you're maxed out, you're unsure of your next step. You've run out of time, you've run out of talent. You probably have an offer, something you already sell, or an idea for one, but you have no real clear strategy for launching and scaling it. A lot of times you're just winging it. You're thinking, okay, we need some money for, spring break, so I'm going to launch something. And that's not what you need to be doing at this point. You know that there's more revenue that you're probably leaving on the table, but you just don't have like the time or the bandwidth to figure it out. And I bet that really hits home for a lot of you. You know that you could be making more, but you don't have the energy, the wherewithal, the margin, the capacity to try to do anything else, to figure it out, right? And if you're really tired of like trial and error and you're really tired of winging it, and you're ready for a structured plan, then you know that it's time for you to head to the next level. It's time for you to hire some other people. And by the way, I can remember a time in my business when it was a lot of fun to wing it all, because I'm such a creative. I love challenging myself. I like being impulsive. I have a pretty high, aversion to risk. And so it would be fun to be like, you know what? I think I'm going to launch this thing. I'm going to try this new thing. I think I'm going to do this. And so there is a time where that's really enjoyable. But then you also get to a time where you're like, okay, but that is more stressful than really sitting down and figuring out with someone how to make this into repeatable revenue, revenue that I can count on, scalable revenue, a scalable offer, etc. And by the way, sometimes I think that's attached with age, because you can do a lot of the like throwing spaghetti against the wall. I'm going to say 30s for sure. I'm going to say early 40s for sure. But the body has a way of really keeping score. And the amount of stress that it puts on your nervous system as a business owner to not only run a business, but then to be doing a lot of trial and error things and trying new things and trying to learn new things and, working 12-hour days, it will take a toll on your body, friends. It just does. It just does. And as a 53-year-old woman, I'm like begging you, pay attention, because that sort of grind and that hustle, it may have worked to get you where you are, but please don't think for any amount of time that it is sustainable for the long term, because it is not. Because it's not. Okay. So listen, I have a brand new offer that I'm offering just to the first 10 people who are accepted into, it's not a program, but it is a consulting package for the next 90 days with me. It's called the Offer Collective. And this is only for those of you who are at the six-figure mark. This is for those of you who are done with guesswork. You're done with wasting time. You're done with like being scattered and sporadic and chaotic, and you really need to partner with someone. And by partnering with someone, that's me and Team Allwood. And we're going to be helping you to create, to market, and to launch your next highly paying revenue in the next 90 days. The thing that's going to make you the most money in the next 90 days. There's going to be no more of you trying to figure this out all by yourself, because we are going to consult with you every ounce of the way. We're giving you a plan. We're working with you on your strategy. We're going to help you as you execute your launch and your offer, give you the support you need, etc. And this is only for 10 people because I don't have the capacity. My team doesn't have the capacity to do more than 10. So if you want to go to the offercollective.com offercollective.com. It's absolutely free to fill out the 10-minute long application where we want to make sure that you're a good fit for me and I'm a good fit for you. And that, Team Allwood and I think that we can be of service to you, because for some of you, you're really feeling stuck and maxed out. You don't know where your next clients are coming from. You don't know how to get repeatable clients. You got this far, but you know you need something different going forward. And there is a better way. And I want to help you with that. So go to theoffercollective.com. Again, we are only opening this up to the first 10 people who do go ahead and apply and are accepted. And we actually have a special for the first 5 of you that get signed up. So go to theoffercollective.com. All of the details are there. But if you're ready for something different in 2025, and I know we're, nearing the end of February right now, but there's a lot of time left in this year. And I want you to stay at and over that 6-figure mark. I want you to go to the next level in your business. And I want you to do it without losing yourself, your family, your sleep, your health in the process. I want to help you. Team Allwood wants to help you. This is not a course. This is not a group program. There's no group component to this at all. This is my team and I consulting with you on a one-on-one basis so that you can grow, so that you can scale, so that you can do your next launch, and so you can get to the next level. So again, that's at theoffercollective.com. I cannot wait to see some of your applications and see who I'm going to be working with for the next 90 days. Go to theoffercollective.com and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for being here today. It's always my honor. Bye-bye.